is going to be easy to digest presentations. Uh, there is some GE teams here. I need to be honest here. They put the banner there, a customer, right? I'm actually not, our company, not utilizing APM yet. So, but another G is Vernova product we are actually use. So I'm customer as well, but not for the APM. So probably potential customer is this, but the customer is there. The name is still customer, right? Okay. My name is Dimas Ruliandi. I'm coming from the Pertamina. We are actually energy company in Indonesia. We have like segregate our business. So on the right bottom, you see that we are Pertamina New and Renewable Energy. So I will have some introduction about our company. So let's start with what's actually happened in Indonesia. We are here because this, a lot of companies in the world actually, they produce emissions, something like that, and the country is like contributing a lot on the emissions. So in Indonesia, 65 of energy, the emissions coming from the energy. If we put some detail on those energy, mostly coming from power transport industry. So we actually will have a lot of actions in power and industry. So that will be our main role here. In 2030, based on the National Determined Contribution, NDC, there will be a target that we are mandated to reduce. So we are going to implement that through energy efficiencies, renewable, clean energy, low carbon, and improvement in oil and gas sector. So we are owned by 100% by government of Indonesia. Very big in Indonesia. We segregate the business here. We have Pertamina Hulu Energy on the left. That's the upstream business. And to release a little bit of my guilty, this guy already implements smart signal actually. So we are not pretty much to be blamed here. Thanks for JRS to invite us here, and then let me do some presentation here. We have Pertamina Kilang. This is refinery. We have Patraniaga. They sell and distribute fuel throughout Indonesia. We have gas to distribute the gas. We have international shipping. They ship and purchase oil from the abroad or from local, transport to the refinery. And us, the line is green. We just been established. So that's actually, we are kind of, all of those is actually our big brother. They call us startup company. So they treat us like a startup company, which is true. All of those actually already been established. The business already established, so they are pretty much mature. The system is there, whatever, anything that they need to improve. They only need to do improvement. So different with us, improvement one thing, expansion is another thing. So that's the case here. So what's actually under new and renewable? So this is pretty much interesting. This is 4 entities or business that we have right now. Geothermal energy, we are number 2 in the world. We are the biggest actually, if not the top one, but we are pretty much on the top in terms of capacity in the world. We have Pertamina Geothermal Energy. We have Java Satu Power. We utilize GE Vernova 9HA02 here, the biggest in Southeast Asia. We also have Java Satu Regas. This is to do regasification and supply it to the Java Satu Power. So pretty much interesting, we are renewable, but we had like a ship, we have like another thing here. So, and another company is IBC, Indonesia Battery Corporation. We still just new and established a lot of things there. So here is a little bit of target visions that we had, This is pretty much a strategic priority for us for the next 5 years. Very challenging. Actually, we need to grow our core business right now. We have gas to power. This is a low carbon business. We have a solar PV. We have a geothermal. But the middle and the right one is actually the core for our future. Safe, pure green business, hydrogen, EV, carbon business, biofuel, and other decarbonization initiative will lie under us, CCS, something like that. Global expansions, we are actually engaging a lot of potential for acquisition outside. So that's the right thing is actually what we are currently looking in the future. IPP, we need to grow our capacity. Geothermal, we will double on the next 5 years. Renewable, O&M service and energy efficiency, we have been mandated by the Pertamina as a leader to do the efficiency across the Pertamina business. Battery pack, as I mentioned before, we have IBC, hydrogen for sure, bioethanol, and carbon business, which is from our CEO. He mentioned this as something that's, you cannot see that. This is kind of a business that you cannot see what's going on there. There is no physical things, but we can actually sell and, marketing those things. So that's pretty much interesting. That's will be our future. Currently, we do several things, piloting some things, and for the future, that's for sure under us. So by doing this presentation is actually I want to engage as well with the GE. What kind of solutions that we, APM for sure, we have the asset, right? But serious, probably in this event, I'm not here any company probably, just talk a little bit about serious, but let's find out a little bit more detail. This is us, Indonesia, archipelagos, this is put us in a lot of challenge, because the land, the locations is pretty much spread out throughout island, something like that. The capacity, we are not like for solar PV, like a whole 2-digit megawatt, but we spread out along Indonesia. Jawa Satu, we have like in geothermal, and the thing about renewable is like this is site specific, except the geothermal, everything is very, very fluctuative in terms of the capacity, in terms of the generation. So that's the case here. This is our current project right now, very challenging, very much a lot of things that need to be implemented. Gas to power, low carbon business, we call this, energy conservation, common renewable, solar, wind, something like that. And NBS and carbon, that for sure, maybe some of you haven't heard about that, natural-based solution. Basically, we tell company that's, have a concession of island, that they usually cut the trees and then sell those activities. We tell them to stop, and then we will pay you based on the carbon, based on the, the carbon that's the carbon that can be absorbed by those trees that you didn't cut, and then we just pay them those money. So by doing this kind of activities, actually, we are looking into still doing low carbon business, that for sure, as underlying as the support system for throughout the energy in Indonesia. And in parallel, we actually do a lot of carbon initiative, a lot of green business. So that will make things, very interesting in the future. This is actually very good thing for us. So based on sustainability, ESG rating, our company actually #1 global for industry integrated oil and gas as the holding. As a subholding, we Pertamina New and Renewable #3 as a IPP and traders, and our subsidiary one, the geothermal, is also #3 in global for renewable power and production. So, in addition to that, if we talk about the energy trilemma here, the energy is actually, we need the energy security, equity, and sustainability. Our rank in Indonesia is not really pretty good actually. So that's why we need, because Pertamina is state-owned company, we need to be in the front of the line, in the front of every company that operation in Indonesia to do this initiative, to make the accomplishment of the green energy in Indonesia can achieve the net zero at the 2060, if I'm not mistaken, for the Indonesia. So decarbonization initiative, decentralization, and digitalization, that for sure. So, and supported by technology improvement, especially what we had in this conference, kind of APM, and another improvement or technologies in hydrogen, AV, and whatever, that will sure will be a support system for us to implement, accelerate the energy transition. The technology revolution, this is the primary factor. Maybe I discuss with some GE teams, regarding what the APM can do, what series can do, what's another technologies that can be used for renewable. We see the technology definitely for improvement in decarbonization, energy hybrid solution for renewable, that's for sure, combination of renewable, smart grid, and then we have initiation of maximizing geothermal potential, new energy development, unlocking green hydrogen, ammonia production here, and the EV itself. So supported by digitalization, data analytic, and artificial intelligence, that for sure is under our top priority right now, because we're just like 4 years old company. Even though our subsidiary is actually older than us, they have been operated since 1984, but as a whole group, we just 4 years old. A lot of things needs to be implemented. This is not exhaustive, This is actually our internal roadmap that we try to build. This is, I believe, based on like Petronas, based on other company implementation of such as APM or other technologies. It took a long time. We know about that. This is actually our initiative when actually we targeted to start those kind of initiatives. Before 2023, we already have like our plan on hand, We have the geothermal plan. Every infrastructure is there. CMMS, we use the SAP. This year, we're actually looking to have like starting to build our command center here, and also digital twin. This is just the simple case. Probably we are going to implement for the solar PV case. And 2025, this is where the funds begin, We put this serious here. Carbon management is there. We actually, last year, we launched carbon market in Indonesia. We sell the carbon, something that cannot be seen, but it's there, That's why we need some things that can be aggregate, because we are mandated by our holding as an aggregator of the carbon throughout Pertamina business. Refinery, the shippings, the commercial and trading, gas, you name it. We need to aggregate those what initiative that they had. It's supposed to become to us, and then we will sell it to the market, something like that. So by saying that, a tools, a system needs to be in place, to make things easier. Right now, we only like aggregate what we had in our under us, like geothermal. Yeah, we can do that, that because under our reach. But if we talk about other companies that beyond our reach, at least a system need to be in place. We need to have like probably kind of automation with integration with the operation system, so that everything can be done without like manual interception, something like that. The APM, we already talked a lot about that. Actually, 2 years ago, we already discussed about some technology providers about that, But by the end of 2025, we are thinking to need to have like at least some like kind of smart signal or something that's make us easier to improve reliability, safety, do the efficiencies of the operational, that for sure. And then by 2026, we need to do some strategic initiative regarding the AI, carbon trading, and generative AI. So basically, this is not the way we look into start by 2025 and then that's the go live, no? But that's going to be the starting point of us to implement, to do the penetration or to get what's the correct technology for us to implement or to make our operational easier. So other than digitalization analytic, asset integrity is one thing. I believe the APM is there, to provide this. That's for sure. So here is another things that we actually already implemented. Oh, I think this is the second of the last presentation that I had. Coming back to here, carbon management is for sure one thing. We are new and renewable. That's actually will be big in the future, So the solution for that actually is not really on the market yet, We actually do some initiative regarding dashboard. That's pretty much some manual things that being presented into the website. That's pretty much easy, right? And what we had right now in our company, pretty much asset integrity dashboard we had, but the underlying of those is still kind of semi-automatic, or you can say manual for those. Production dashboard, we had production. Some of this is still mixed, Some area, some site can do like automatic data transfer, some not. So a lot of things needs to be assessed. The gap of the infrastructure, we need to like standardize what this site can do, what those site cannot do, and then just do the same action throughout the site. CMMS, we had SAP we use. Funny thing is that SAP in Indonesia, we do go live on 2008 for the go live of SAP. This is pretty much kinda if says we do some implementation of APM software. They used to call SAP setan aja pusing. That's in Indonesia word. Even ghosts got a headache. If we implement some stuff like that, because the culture is not there. If you just purchase some software and then, okay, I bought you a sophisticated software, just install, do the thing, and then give me a report. It's supposed to be a good report for management, right? They thought like that, but on the field, on the site, they got a headache, how this contribute with the, and financial, and then logistic. That's for sure the challenge that we had for implementing SACE APM. So it's serious. SACE another sophisticated, not sophisticated, but I believe it's must-have tools for a company to have, right? SAMS, this is our initiative. We developed this internally. This is actually a handheld device to do the PM corrective. This is linked automatically through the CMMS SAP. So it's there actually, but all of this initiative, probably not the HR and GA, right? Probably not HCM, probably not HSSA. If we like have common sense of the operational excellence, on the top needs to be had some common system that can link all of those together and then provide insight for the user or for the management. That's for sure. We have this kind of system initiatives, but there needs to be some integrator of all of this for easier of operation. And for the future, we also already had implementation of analytic and digitalization to accelerate decarbonization. In Pertamina, we had IEDCC, Integrated Enterprise Data and Command Center. It's not under us, but under the holding. We already implement PV forecast and anomaly detections. This is pretty much same like the smart signal that we had on the upstream. We send the signal to the IEDCC, and everything that the signal that is like over the limits will be captured by the IEDCC, and it will, the actions will be easier to coordinate from that. PV forecast and anomaly decision, this is for sure what we already had. We already implement this on our IEDCC, and for the future, another renewable initiatives we are going to implement as well. Energy flow dashboard. This is initially for our geothermal because we drill a lot expensive hole, 7 millions per hole, and to get to say 200 megawatt, usually typically we will have like 50 wells to maintain those capacity. Pretty expensive, but along the way, losses is there. So energy flow means to monitor what's the well can produce and then how the capacity of the power plant will generate. So to see the balance on there and then where do we got the losses from. LNG supply chains, we do low carbon business, so that's we need to at least the most optimum supply, where we can get the supply. Green energy demand forecast, because a lot of industries is coming, eventually the internal Pertamina, other subholding, do they have their own KPI in terms of decarbonization, in terms of green initiative. So that's why we need a kind of a dashboard, so that it will give us sense. Oh, we need to capture those potential of business there. So this is still under development. It's not there yet. And the carbon balance. In terms of carbon balance, this is pretty much visualize carbon emission. One thing, just manual data put into dashboard. That's for sure in the initial phase. But if we looking more into the expansion of this kind of tools, pretty much a little bit same with what Sirius had. So this is actually can be as a first step for us, but if there is like good or some tools that can be integrate our operation system, that will be a good choice for us. Because we are not talking, in terms of carbon, we are not talking about ourselves, but we are talking about our big brother. And they have a lot of operational asset, of operational initiative. That's why we need to implement this for sure. The main point that I want to highlight here, I believe Pertamina is not a lot, joining a G conference, but I'm happy, because Juras inviting me here, and okay, just coming and then attending presentation is not enough, I think I'm talking to my boss, my CEO. We need to present at least, we are a big company, and then a lot of tools there. The challenge is pretty much same with other companies, right? How we do the proposal, we need to implement this, But what's company will get from that, right? And then that's what the solid business case that we need to engage with GE, and then we can solve the problem. We are not actually looking, we just purchase this software, right? But this kind of the right solution that we had, and they probably the best company to do this.